Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. It is Friday. It means only one thing. It's a preview of the Scottish Cup final between Celtic and the Rangers this weekend. Yes, tomorrow is the day, the final game of the Scottish football season. And hard luck to Raith Rovers last night, who almost got a result. Let's hope that Raith Rovers can do it. But then again, would you rather Raith Rovers in the league or Ross County? Personally, that's a hard decision because Ross County is a cracking away day, but Rovers, oh, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Anyway, back to the Celtic news. The Scottish Cup is on this weekend. It's final silverware of the season. The Scottish Cup final. Did not just keep it. Just miss the Scottish Gas bit out, and just keep it the Scottish Cup. I think so. Anyway, last time. The Scottish Cup, Celtic did win it last year. Celtic have the record of winning it the most times. Philip Clementine wants to have a major overhaul and he wants to go out double cup winners. Celtic, who have already won the league, want to go out double cup winners. Brendan Rodgers adding the Scottish Cup to the league title would have a hugely successful first season. And let's face it, after the beginning of the season where we all know the story. No use repeating it, do we? But we're in crisis mode right up until Christmas. But when it matters, this Celtic team under Brendan Rodgers turned up at when it mattered. Let's say that. They did turn up when it mattered, didn't they? We can all bemoan the results and the drop points throughout the season, and a lot of us will still say that Celtic should never have been in the situation that they were, and a lot of people still say that Brendan Rodgers maybe isn't the man for Celtic, but he is the manager that when it mattered, at the right time of the season, got this team clicked. And they just got them clicked, didn't it? They ticked all the boxes and they got it done. Scottish Cup final takes place at Hampden on Saturday, May the 25th, which is a day that goes down in history. And it was, I'm sure it was May the 24th years ago that he came to Celtic, wasn't it? I can't remember. A long time ago, in his first time round, when there was 10,000 people went to Celtic Park to welcome him. There was only about 200 the last time. Anyway, the kickoff is at 3 o'clock. It's going to be an interesting one because it's the same time as, obviously, the English Cup final. It'll be on Celtic TV. It will also be on BBC One Scotland. Oh, no. BBC One Scotland. The joys. Some fantastic punditry on that one. And then anyway, Tony Ralston is a player that he is set for a more significant role next season in the right back position, according to some publications today. But with the Scottish Cup final, I don't think that Tony will make the first team. He'll definitely make the bench. The team is going to be really easy to pick itself, isn't it? I mean, we can all pick the team easily for Brendan, and even Brendan knows that everyone knows what his strongest team is now. I mean, it is obviously Joe Hart going to go out on a magnificent high if Celtic do manage to retain the Scottish Cup again. Yes, I did say that. Retain it again. This very successful period that Celtic are having at the moment, with just a little minor blip during the COVID season when there was no fans there. Let's face it. Not everyone abided by the rules of that season, and some had a little bit helping hands more than others. But then some of us did abide by the rules, and it didn't make it as good a season as what we thought it would have been. But anyway, this team knows how to get over the line, I think, now. And it's going to be Joe Hart in goals. It's going to be the one and only big man himself, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales in the defence, as we all know. And then the wing-backs will be real easy. It's Alistair Johnston and Greg Taylor. Those two are pretty much cemented their place over this season. It'll be interesting if Celtic do bring in a left-back during the summer. If they do bring in a left-back, and it'll be interesting to see if he can displace the one and only Greg Taylor. But remember that Celtic went out and spent a lot of money on Alexandro Bernabei, and he wasn't up to it, and he went back to Brazil. Lucky bugger, huh? Really, think about it. I mean, Ross County away on a Wednesday night in Brazil. It's a hard one, but but anyway, he's way back to Brazil. And then in the midfield, we've got the normal three that will pretty much boss and dominate the game. It's going to be a big one for me for Rio Hatate. But Rio Hatate hasn't been up there the levels that we know that Rio can get to this season. He's not really done it. Let's be honest. Let's be really brutally honest. Rio Hatate, although he has been injured quite a lot, when he came back, he's not. I mean, at the beginning of the season, his mind was elsewhere. His mind was elsewhere. Everyone thought that maybe Rio's one of the ones that may be leaving last summer. He didn't. Nobody came in for him. And I think that affected his form, to say the least, when you think about it. David Turnbull was in better form than him. And everyone was saying, why the hell is Brendan picking David Turnbull over Rio Hatate? If you'd watched any of the pre-season games the season that's just gone by, because the season's finished. Yeah, the league season's finished. Hey, 6 weeks of shite. So when you look back, David Turnbull was the more informed player, and it was rightly so that he got the first couple of games of the season over Rio Hatate because his form was just terrible. And then he did get injured, but he's never hit the heights. This will be the one game where he really needs to hit the heights, because they're going to come at us for the first half of the game. They're going to really have a go at us. And then the last 10, 15 minutes, they'll have a go also, depending on the scoreline. They might have completely capitulated and just the rage will be unbelievable if Celtic are 3 or 4-0 up by that time. But anyway, it'll be Rio Hatate, it'll be Callum McGregor, and Matt O'Reilly. It could be his swan song in a Celtic shirt. He also will want to make sure that he goes out winners. If you remember last year, Matt O'Reilly was pictured with the one and only Jota, and Jota put up and said that the class of 22-23 have graduated. And Jota put that on his social media, and he said, and everyone was like that, Jota, don't you dare go anywhere. And, well, we know how that one played out. The first sniff in the money, and he was off. It was off ski. But that is gone, and he is in the past, and he's fucked his career as far as I'm concerned. But Matt O'Reilly has the opportunity to go out on a high also. Will it be his last ever game in a Celtic shirt? Well, it doesn't look good, let's be honest. And for that reason alone, he will want to perform to the highest possible level to make sure that Celtic finish champions on Saturday. On the wing, it's an easy start for the manager. He's got the informed James Forrest, who has made the Scotland cut. He's been named in the 28, and I think that he deservedly so. I think on the wing, James Forrest has the experience, and he still has the ability, more than anything, to play at the highest level. And I think it's only fair that he does play for Scotland this summer, and it'll be a fantastic occasion if he does, for him personally. He's one of us. He knows how to get it over the line. He knows what it takes in games like this. And then on the other side, you'll have the speed of the man himself. Yes, Dyson Myra, his pace will cause, well, we all know what it causes that player on that side. Yes, cries in his sleep the night before the game. Mr. Disappointed. And that'll be your team, and it has to be the one and only Kyogo up front, with the big man, Adam Ida, to come on late into the game to just be a bit more menacing, really. It's all looking good for Celtic. It all looks really good. I've no idea what their team is like, the shape of their team is in, injury situations. I don't even look at their media, so I've no idea. But all I focus on is Celtic. And if we turn up and if we play the way that we can, that team will be champions. It is as simple as that. It's not cocky. The manager has said that this team will never get cocky. Brendan Rodgers has obviously pinpointed the critical late season surge that this team has had. Callum McGregor, the captain, I mean, when you look at it, churning out 50 games a season for Celtic for as long as he has, you know, he is a legend of the game for Celtic. I mean, he's been around for a long time now, and when you look at the performances that he puts in. And when he turns up in that holding midfield role, and people will say, oh, maybe you should give a little Japanese boy a chance, but he just doesn't lace Cal's boots for me. And it's quite ironic that it's Callum McGregor and James Forrest that are the elder figures of this team. When you think about it, we're all sitting going, how did that happen? When you look back at the players that we've had over the years, and then we're sitting going, how on earth has Callum McGregor and James Forrest now turned into father figures, if you like, within this team? They know how to win things. They know how to win championships. They know how to win the Scottish Cup. And those, my friends, my fellow Celtic fans all around the world, that is the team that will win us the Scottish Cup this weekend. Callum McGregor will hold the cup aloft high if we're successful. No, he will. I'm pretty confident that he will. I don't see anything in them, and they can say in the media all they want. I understand that they're going to have a big change this summer. It's a bit like every summer. Can you see us coming? They said. Can you see us yet? Well, we've seen you, but you fell a bit short again. Anyway, on that note, there will be a video this afternoon once Brendan Rodgers does his interviews. We'll dissect what the manager says, and we can discuss it in the comment section of the live this afternoon or evening, or whenever it is. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Give me your prediction in the comment section. Debate out the team. Do you think that Brendan should make any changes to the team? Tell me what you think the substitutes will be. Will there be any surprises in the substitutes in the team this weekend, or will it be as you were? And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll